Hello everybody, it's EzraTime again here. Welcome back to another movie review video. And today we're gonna be reviewing Undisputed 2, Last Man Standing, which is a martial arts movie released in direct-to-video actually in 2006, and starring Michael J. White and Scott Adkins as the two main, the protagonist and the antagonist. And so I heard about this movie a long some time ago, because Scott Adkins was known as Boyka, right? And he plays Boyka in this movie for the first time, and this movie is directed by Isaac Florentine, which I heard that he is also a martial artist, and he basically the one who responsible for bringing Scott Adkins to the like bringing fame to the Scott Adkins basically, because Scott become well known after playing Yuri Boyka in this movie, and yeah, even though this is like the second movie and it is a sequel to the first one, but the first one is way different movie, and I'm not gonna review them because the first one is more about like a sport drama. There is some fight scene obviously, but it's just like mostly sport drama. And I think the second one, the third one, and then the fourth one is like the one that actually really felt connected. Even though this one also featured the antagonist from the first one, played by Ving Rhames, but now it's played by Michael J. White. But yeah, the second, third, and fourth one pretty much become a martial arts movie. So Undisputed is about like an underground like prison fighter basically, where the prison is actually owned by a mob boss, like a Russian mob boss, and that's where they do their illegal fighting, like there's a ring inside the prison, obviously a boxing ring, and then people just like bet, who's gonna win, and obviously in this movie, most people bet on Boyka, which is again played by Scott Adkins, and I love how the way they introduce Boyka in this movie because in this movie he is a villain, and Michael Jaiwa's character Chambers is the main protagonist, and I love the way Boyka got introduced. You get to see Scott Adkins doing this amazing move, yeah, like kickboxing style, I guess, or taekwondo, I don't know, but it was really cool when you see him fight for the first time, and then you just want to see more of him, because the fighting style is so smooth and it's so cool to see on screen, and I think Scott Adkins as Boyka is perfect, because especially his favorite quote was like, like I'm the most complete fighter in the whole world, in Russian accent, obviously. So the main protagonist, obviously, Chambers, played by Michael J. White, is basically got like he basically got framed, by the people at the Russian mob, I think. And basically the reason why they frame him is because they want him to fight Boyka on the prison, because I think the mob boss Gaga, played by Mark Evanier, was like losing his money, because he's like, I think he's like against Boyka in this movie, and that's why they decided to bring Chambers into the prisons, and basically that's where the story started, and then obviously throughout the movie you get to see like Chambers just like, I don't know, getting used to the prisoners and all that kind of stuff, and try to basically doesn't want to fight Boyka, and obviously it's gonna take some time before he agrees to do that after some torturing and stuff like that. But you try to do some pretty cool fight scene with Michael J. White and Scott Adkins as well, because well, Boyka is still fighting several candidates, basically that's what I'm gonna call them, in the ring, and he keeps taunting Chambers like, keep fight me in the ring and all that kind of stuff, because that's what the people wanted to see, they were like, they want these two to fight, and and obviously it's gonna took some time for that to happen, and basically just waiting, but it's not boring, because you have some cool characters to see, or like maybe not like a great character, but it was like solid enough, that you can sympathize with, and you just basically know more about, like, I guess about the undisputed world, you could say that, because again, like the second, the third, and the fourth one is really connected, and all that kind of stuff. So it's great stuff, and the fight scene is just, it's like really well choreographed, but obviously the idea that really intriguing this movie is obviously the final fight scene between Boyka and Chambers, because well, they fight twice, I think they fight for the first time, but like I think Chambers won because like someone drug him and all that kind of stuff. But the final fight scene happened, and I do remember that, yeah, it is a great fight scene, but I do wish it's kind of longer, and I kind of wish that Boyka kind of kicked Chambers' ass a little bit more, because I know Chambers is kicking ass, you know, and I get that because like he's the #1 heavyweight champion, you know, and he's also the main character, so he's gonna win, you know. But of course, like is I don't know. I feel like watching the other Undisputed movie right now, like rewatching this movie, the second movie, is like, yeah, I don't know. I think Boyka should have won, you know. But at the same time, I need to remember that well, he is a villain in this movie, you know. Like he's not a main protagonist, you know, and obviously he's gonna lose, you know. And him losing in this movie is obviously the breaking point for Boyka, you know, which obviously on the Undisputed 3 and 4 is completely focusing on Boyka's character, which I think that's a great decision, you know. And yeah, it does create a gateway to the third movie, and I think it's fucking perfect in my opinion. But yeah, I guess if there's any criticism is that you know well again the movie spent too much time with you know Chambers that just doesn't want to fight, you know, because it's pretty clear they want to like you know I guess want to have some more character developments, and then they have to keep the runtime going, right? But obviously as the audience you just want to see the two of them fight, you know, because that's what you are waiting for. And I think the when they were fighting it depends, you know, some people might like it and some people might find it disappointing, you know, because I feel like I mean they built the fight obviously, but I feel like it could have been longer in my opinion. Like even though the choreography is great, the camera work is great, you know, but I do wish it's a bit longer than you know I don't know 5 minutes I guess, but you know it's still a good fight scene, and I have to get where credit's due, right? So I think some people might be disappointed in the fight, you know, because you know it's not that long, but I mean it's 5 minutes, you know, which is standard, but I don't know. When you saw the fight scene, you're gonna wish that it was longer. Trust me, in my opinion at least. But yeah, I think that's my review for Undisputed 2. Again, not much to say about this movie because like, again, it's a direct-to-video movie. It's about a guy fighting in prison and all that kind of stuff, which is like yeah, it's a solid movie that has a solid characters that again you can sympathize with. You know, fight scene is great. Obviously, I think Isaac Florentine is a good director. You know, I don't exactly know who choreographed the fight scene. I to look it up, but I don't exactly find any information about that. But well, it is choreographed by some whoever choreographed the fight is amazing, you know. And I think Michael Jai White and Scott Atkins are both amazing in this movie. You know, they're both really kicking ass, you know. And I actually can see why people actually get to know Scott Atkins through this movie because he gave a really great performance as Yuri Boyka, you know. I think he's a great villain in this movie, you know. And I think they use him pretty well, you know. I do wish that again. I wish the fight scene is a bit longer, but again, they're great for what it is, you know. So I have to give credits due, right? So I think Scott Atkins did a great job on the fighting stuff, you know, the fighting scene, and then Michael Jai White as well, you know. Even though he's mostly boxing, and we all know that Michael Jai White can, you know, kick, you know, not just like boxing, you know. But that was his character, so there you go. And he eventually learned to kick, I think, in the end of the movie. But yeah, that's my review for Undisputed 2. If you guys already watched this movie, then what do you guys think about it, you know? And if you guys haven't watched this movie, then please go watch it, you know? I recommend you guys to go watch it because again, even though it's a direct to video, I think it's a good movie, you know? If you're looking for, if you're a big fan of, you know, Scott Atkins or Michael J. Watt, then yeah, this is a great movie for them, you know? So you guys can give it a watch, you know? It's a fun movie, so why not, you know? And obviously you're gonna watch the third and the fourth one, which I think arguably way better. I feel like it keeps getting better as it goes. Even though that's kind of debatable on the fourth one, but yeah, that's the argument for another day when I review the third and the fourth movie in the future. But yeah, so that's it for today's review, guys. And again, if you guys enjoyed, then you know leave a like, comment, subscribe, share the videos, the usual stuff. And I can't wait to review the third movie because I think the third movie is way better than this one. And I have so much to say about the third movie. Again, it has so many martial artists in that movie, and I'm glad they make Boyka the main character, and then Scott Atkins can actually show some more of his, you know, acting ability and not just like fighting. Because fighting, he's great, and but acting like he's also great. You know, if the script was right, you know, I think Boyka is the proper character that played by Scott Atkins, and it was amazing. So yeah, guys. I guess stay tuned for more reviews in the future. I don't know where it's gonna. Well, I guess Undisputed 3 in the future. We'll see. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this review, guys. And again, I will see you guys in the next one then. Bye.